Iceland. The journey through this active volcanic landscape features many breathtaking sights. Reykjavik, also known as Smokey Bay, is one of the smallest and cleanest capitals in the world. 106,000 people live in the northernmost capital of the planet. With its 76-metre-high church tower, Hallgrímskirkja provides a splendid view across both city and sea. Leifur Eiríksson, Iceland's greatest hero. Tjörnin stands in the centre of the city, a wonderful small lake surrounded by spacious parks. The new city hall is also located here. Perlan. This futuristic-looking structure was built above Perlan's hot water tanks, a popular destination for the inhabitants of Reykjavik. Numerous tropical plants and trees grow in the spacious and well-laid-out winter gardens of this fine building. The botanical garden features each of Iceland's indigenous plants. Here there are several plants cultivated that would otherwise have become extinct on the island. Many of the houses of the old town are protected monuments, such as its oldest building that dates back to 1751. These colourful houses are a wonderful sight. The old town stretches between the harbour and Tjörnin Lake. Ingólfur Arnarsson was the first official settler in Iceland. The fishing industry plays an important role in Iceland's economy. It accounts for about 80% of its export trade. Whale watching is the ideal way to experience the giants of the deep. They are mainly mink, humpback and fin whales. And now a journey to the next attraction, a popular destination for both young and old alike. The Blue Lagoon is the most sought-after bathing location in Iceland, with turquoise water at a temperature of 40 degrees centigrade. The new lake is surrounded by lava, and its water is so full of minerals, it has a healing effect. The famous Ring Street, also known as Number 1, travels across the island for 1,500 kilometres. Hveragerði. This greenhouse city supplies Iceland with vegetables. Exotic plants and tropical fruit grow beneath sheets of glass that protects them from the savage North Atlantic climate. Both sea erosion and the weather constantly transform the island's appearance. Thus, lush green landscapes alternate with sparse and desolate expanses of lava. Stråkur occasionally explodes up to 30 meters into the sky in only a few minutes. Here, each phase of an eruption can be observed. Clouds of steam rise above, water begins to bubble, and for a short time a dome of air is formed, followed by jets of water that spurt up from the ground. Due to the mineral content, the colours of the small hot springs change from turquoise to red. Iceland, with its many glaciers, volcanoes and rivers, is an Eldorado for those with an interest in geology. The mighty Gullfoss Waterfall. Here the water hurls down across two 11 and 21 metre rocks into the abyss below. The origin of Gullfoss lies within the Vatnajökull Glacier. A courageous farmer's wife once thwarted the attempts of a British company to build a hydroelectric power station here. The Icelanders call it the Golden Waterfall, an apt name for the beautiful rainbows that form here. The journey is full of contrasts. Lush green dominates the main part of the island. Amid the isolated landscape, the Seljalandsfoss is an incredible adventure. Here the water plunges 40 metres into the depths. A path travels along the rushing water and adds to the dramatic excitement of this spectacular sight. The journey continues to our next destination on the south coast. The Skógafoss hurtles down 60 metres across the cliffs. With its numerous waterfalls, Iceland is well endowed with large natural energy reserves. The magnificent Skógafoss is surrounded by hilly meadows. The beautiful landscape is ideal for walking to the coast and to various glaciers. A mighty Skógafoss, one of Iceland's highest waterfalls. There are 4,000 agricultural companies here. 20% of the surface area is pasture. Vatnajökull is the name of Iceland's 110-metre-high southern cape, the southernmost point of the island. Hill Island was originally a volcano situated beneath the sea. Hundreds of puffins nest here. For today's visitors, Iceland has much natural charm. The huge Vatnajökull waterfall. Beneath the 200 to 300 metre thick layer of ice, the country's fourth largest glacier is the Katla volcano. Since Iceland was first inhabited, this volcano has erupted 16 times. The last eruption was in 1918. The next is already overdue. The shape of the solidified lava is dependent upon the temperature, gas content, and condition of the Earth's surface. The journey proceeds to Iceland's southernmost village of Vík, a coastal village without a harbour. Vík is located in a picturesque valley, though the wind here is extremely fierce. The village is a popular starting point for walking trips. The beach at Vík is one of the most beautiful in Iceland. Now the journey travels to a unique lake and another captivating sight. The glacial Jökulsárlón lake is 150 meters deep. With their various shapes and colors, the icebergs that float on the lake are an amazing sight. In recent years, many of the world's glaciers have begun to melt. In 1992, a 25 by 5 kilometre wide fjord was revealed beneath the ice. Lush fields point toward the southeastern section of the island. Measuring 8,300 square kilometres, the Vatnajökull Glacier is the largest in Europe. Remarkably, each of Europe's other glaciers would fit within it. It is 1,000 meters thick. The glacier derived its name from the many glacial rivers that use it as their source. Up until the 16th century, it was frequently traversed from north to south, the shortest distance between Iceland's settlements. Our next destination is the starting point of various sightseeing tours on both land and water. Höpn has 1,800 inhabitants. They earn their living from trade, tourism, and the fishing industry. The village is almost 100 years old, and in 1974 experienced increased prosperity due to the completion of Ring Street. The journey by gravel road travels through the beautiful Fagrithalur Valley. Egilsstaðir is one of the youngest towns in Iceland. It developed in 1947. Today it's a centre for nearby farms and many small fishing villages. Tourism plays an important role here. It's well known for its East Icelandic evening festivals during the few short months of summer. Many of the small, colourful buildings on the North Atlantic are reminiscent of dolls' houses. The round trip leads through desolate areas to the next spectacular waterfall. Dettifoss. Tempestuous masses of water demonstrate the power of this mighty spectacle. Sightseers watch the impressive display cloaked in a veil of mist. "100 meters wide, the water hurls down 44 meters into the depths. This natural wonder is a truly awesome sight." The dramatic colour of the Dettifoss is created by tons of sediment that are carried by its current at 200 cubic meters a second. Hafragilsfoss is situated only a few kilometres away. The contrast of milky glacial secretions and clear spring water is extremely striking. And below the waterfall, there's a Blue Lagoon. Next, Iceland's famous area, Solfatara. Námannskath means steam, sulphur and mud springs. In colonial times, the Danish kings ordered that sulphur be obtained from here for the production of gunpowder. Where the groundwater combines with the Solfataras, strange mudholes and whirlpools appear. The surface is transformed into a grey pulp. It hisses, steams, bubbles and boils from a large number of fissures. The mud pools have a temperature of up to 100 degrees Celsius. The Krapla region is one of the world's most active volcanic zones. The Devil's Kitchen is all around. Steam and gas everywhere. The groundwater is heated by magma intrusions that create steam. The hissing of the expelled steam makes the spectacle even more impressive. The geothermal power station harnesses the energy from this natural resource deep within the earth. This entire area is extremely active. The journey travels through a magnificent natural landscape to Myvatn Lake. Myvatn, also called the Lake of Midges, is one of the most interesting geological areas in Iceland and is located within an active volcanic zone. The lake is also a paradise for ornithologists. Numerous species of duck live here, including both harlequin and Barrow's golden eye. Each geological formation is relatively young and dates back to the last ice age. The country's fourth largest lake is 37 square kilometres long. In Dimubwagir, expelled liquid lava formed these intriguing formations. These stone images are like beings from another world. The bizarre towers of lava reach a height of up to 40 meters. A confusion of dark mountains, towers and images extends across the entire area. And here the imagination runs riot among strange and fantastic formations. Our next destination is a waterfall with an historic background. In 1000 AD, the Goth, a local monarch, cast his heathen symbols into the tempestuous waters, following his conversion to the Christian faith. The Gullfoss hurls two cascades into the depths below. Its water collects in a pool that shines out in a magnificent turquoise color. Passing moss-covered lava, the journey leads to a small metropolis. With a population of 2,500, Húsavík is, in Icelandic terms, a major city. Of timber construction, Cross Church was consecrated in 1907. The first houses were built here by a Swedish Viking who discovered Iceland before the Norwegians. Puffins and thousands of other seabirds nest annually on the Icelandic coast. The grass-covered rocks are the perfect nesting place. Their territory is clearly marked, thus unnecessary rivalry is avoided. Iceland is also famous for its weather, a mixture of sunshine and rain. Akureyri was founded in 1862, when 286 people lived here. Several well-preserved wooden houses that date back to the 19th century dominate the town. Unfortunately, many of the older buildings have since burned down. Numerous street cafes, shops, a botanical garden, museum and a theatre are to be found in Akureyri, the largest city in the north. Our final destination is Iceland's famous grass roof houses. Glómbayr. These houses were common up to the 19th century. The angle of the roof was the most important feature. A roof that was too flat could become sodden during rainfall and collapse. Iceland, land of geysers and volcanoes, lava deserts, waterfalls and green meadows. A natural fantasy of water, fire and ice.